rivalry born of one side setting the standard and the other trying to climb the mountain. And we are on the cusp of dotting the I on a great clash in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Be looking forward to it all week. The Nittany Lions will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Ohio State's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Every time these two meet, it feels huge. It was that way last year, Ohio State going into Happy Valley. But the script rarely seems to deviate. Penn State never seems to find a way to be able to beat the Buckeyes.
No, and this one went right down to the wire last year, too, David. You remember that? Penn State had the ball down on Ohio State's 1-yard line in the fourth quarter. A little bit of time left. They go incomplete. They're stopped. And then Ohio State just milked it. They kept the ball for 11 plays and walked out with the dub.
And the good thing is, by watching this game today, you're going to see some weird stuff. Last year, you remember you saw turnovers inside the 5-yard line. Something always happens in this matchup, but Penn State's got to get this monkey off their back.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will have its first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. They'll leave it with him. Nice move to keep running. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off play action. Caught near the sticks. It's Penn. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Nittany Lions are on the move. On the run, it's Singleton. And this one will be stopped for no gain. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. We really sensed that Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big games and how do they play against Ohio State, a big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Yeah, it's always so close, too. When you think back to Woody Hayes and you think back to Joe Paterno, for years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. To the ground with the back. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Peoples. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Quick pass on the fly motion. Turning it on! He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
He'll take it himself. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stop just inside the 25, will mark it at the 24, pickup of 10 and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Sayin. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Buckeyes! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Reynolds. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Second down coming up. Motion from the wideout. With jet sweep pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Gets it out fast. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. First down for this offense. Caught in the backfield, it's Pena. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Pena. There he goes. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking downfield on first down. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The short hands, it's Smith.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Throws to the wideout. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
He's got it, first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. The Buckeyes will line it up on first and 10. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. They've got it down to the 32, first and 10 coming. The give out of the gun. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, second and 7. Looking left. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. 8th play of the drive coming up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes the catch. It's Tate. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the run, it's Singleton. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to throw. It's Allard. A little screen to the running back. Breaks into the open. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Looking to throw on 3rd. Caught close to the marker, it's Penn. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Finally, a defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
This almost certainly will be the final play of the half, so they'll give it a try on 4th down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, all week, the Buckeyes and Nittany Lions tried to bottle up their emotions, but things just boiled over in that first half. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. Still 2 quarters to go in this incredible regional showdown between 2 of the winningest programs in football.
And the Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs, which was...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd...
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And just pressure. You got to love the ability to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. And then the cherry on the sundae, Jesse, is getting him on the ground and forcing a long yardage situation for your offense.
Yeah, life is chaotic for this quarterback right now, David, no doubt about it. This pocket is collapsing, and you saw it on that last play. He does not have time to set his feet, survey the field, and make an accurate throw.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
It'll be 3rd and long. To throw, it's Sayin. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Across the 10, got it out to the 14. That's a gain of 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Got his man downfield. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. On the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Gets it to him on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Got a man. It's Smith.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He's got it. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called
touchdown Buckeyes! They take the lead with the 6. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost a race.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Dropping back, it's Allard. Looking down the middle. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Pena. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Off play action on 1st down. He makes a catch. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some space. Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. One final play before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll start the return inside his 5, and the returner will be brought down.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
The inside handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his man, it's Ross. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Singleton. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. With the catch, it's Rodgers. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Makes the grab. It's Rodgers. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grab behind the line, it's Tate. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He's taking the shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They're going to run it. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
And the Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Under fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. With the catch, it's Singleton. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. The offense lining up for a first down play. Tight end now in motion. To the air, it's Aller. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to go up top. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Caught behind the line. It's Hudson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point, but now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down, still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Got it in the middle, it's Smith. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go right back to him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. With Ohio State once again taking down Penn State in this one, the Nittany Lion fans left to wonder what might have been. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.